Hey, welcome back. All right, so now that two of our visuals have been created, let's proceed further. The third visual which we have created here is basically showing us the total distribution of your sales team across the various regions and how much percentage contribution they are having. So this basically is called a donut chart. So this is not a regular donut chart which we have here in Power BI, but what we have taken is a drill down donut chart. So what this drill down donut chart does here is it provides pretty good looking donut visual here. So this basically provides a pretty good looking donut visual here, but it is not just limited to that. If I click on any of this, I do not really have to drill. Now, in order to drill down, just like we do in any other visual, it doesn't have those buttons available here, but it is much more dynamic. So let's say I want to see the all the other sales team members who are part of Northeast region, right? So I can simply click on it and I can see the name of all the sales team members available, and the data will get filtered out as well. Let me focus on, let me turn on the focus mode, and as you can see here, this will show me the contribution. Okay, that these are my top selling salespersons right here, and all the others are grouped into the others whose contribution is minimalistic. So it is just not reporting them. And if you want to go back to the original state, just click on the middle of your donut chart and bam, you are at the original state. So this is a very good visual as well, if you have to make it much more dynamic and the drill down dynamic. But as part of the free license, you cannot change or do many of the formatting here. So this will show only the percentage distribution, but if you hover over it, you will be able to see the data labels as well. So that was the donut chart. Now let's work on the final visual of this page, which is this table visual which we have created. Now, as you can see here, this is not any, now as you can see here, this is not a basic table which is being created. Now, as you can see here, this is not the default Power BI table which we have used. What we have used is called what we have used is a custom visual called multiple spark lines. So this multiple spark lines table visual is pretty amazing because it helps you create these kind of spark lines which we have created in our page one as part of KPI cards. But this helps us in giving an added advantage that for each and every specific line item, you will be able to see the trend in front of you. Now, for the demonstration purpose, I have taken both types of trend which we can see here, which is in form of this area or line chart and in form of this bar chart. But you can just keep any one of those, so that you do not have a repetitive information. So all I'm doing here is, after selecting this multiple spark lines table visual, on the categories I have taken customer names, axis I have taken the month names. So this axis is important only for the trends. Okay, this won't be showing up in your data available right here. So this is only for the trends. And in the values, I have taken up sales, right? So this sales is what which is giving you in the line and the area chart. Excuse me. And if you want to if you want to show this in form of a bar chart, then you have to add sales in the column chart as well. Now feel free to further visualize and make full use out of this specific visualization, because there are uh, some other properties of formatting as well as showing the trend as well, based on stacked column chart, combo chart, bullet bubble. But these two I find much more easier, I find much more relevant as well, much more easier to read for the end users. So you can pick up from any one of these. Another good feature of this specific visual is, uh, and that is part of its properties. Let me go to its format visual. This very last property which says move column. arrows, so you can keep them turned on if you want the end user to give them the ability to change the column sequence as well. So but I've turned it off, as after setting that up. I don't really think it will be required uh, for the end users, but you can keep it on if you require. So that is always there. And then we can you can always do the formatting on these as well. So so feel free to go ahead and see all these formatting. So in the line chart, I've taken the line color as blue, the thickness, the opacity, the markers high and low, which I told you is pretty important, right? You can keep high or low or high and low. So these are pretty important. Having too many markers, just make it much more noisy. So it's always better to just show the trends and just highs and lows right there. So all those formatting features are available. So feel free to use your creativity and make it much more usable and readable as per your requirement. And and keep practicing. In the next lecture, we will be finalizing our report by taking a look at all the buttons and navigations which we have created in our report for the easy user interface for our end users. So we'll meet in the next one and keep learning. Thank you.